I hate animation. I hate hip-hop. And most of all, I hate creating artwork, is what I would say if I was a liar. However, most of these things help shape me. And here on the screen is one of my favorite series, both visually, artistically, and atmospherically. I remember getting put onto this show by my older cousin. He put me onto a lot of music as well. But let's fast forward a bit and slow it down. Lately, I feel like the atmosphere has been real heavy. More pressure. Pressure to do, pressure to create, pressure to produce. Not out of love or wonder, but to check off imaginary boxes in my head. And while I want to get into the habit of creating more, I want it to be for the right reasons. I guess it's like what they say about when pigs flying or when hell freezes over. Mentally, it just doesn't make sense, especially when you're cooped up, which is why I walk. Sometimes to take my mind off of things, sometimes to put my mind onto things. But if one thing's for certain, it's that if anything has a situation for every circumstance like nature, for me it's music. I ask myself, what is it about music that captures my attention and my spirit so much? Is it the lyrics? Is it the beat? Or is it the freedom, the feeling, how it contributes to my process? Because when you let it, the difference can truly be day and night. It's not just about the freedom to choose your music for the day, but the freedom to feel, the freedom to choose how you want to feel. Whether you want to remember, forget, distract, or attract, or even just lose yourself in the world. It's always nice to have a soundtrack to go with it. But much like the world, the brain keeps moving as well, ever changing, ever growing, and it's moved to a point where I ask myself, when did I acquire my taste? Where? And most importantly, why? I can't recall every aspect, but today, I do remember a key point that helped me identify my shift. An item. A mask.
The most powerful, the most mysterious monarch in all the world. Guarded by a fighting force that never sleeps, that never relaxes its vigilance. For none is as feared, none has as many foes as Doom. The awesome armor-clad...
It's no secret that anime, comics, hip-hop are all connected. And growing up in that space, music, the culture, it all meant a lot to me. Doom, Dilla, Nujabes, Flying Lotus, and Madlib are just a few of many immaculate artists who changed my mind about art. If these names ring a bell to you, then you know ball. But if not, no worries. If you grew up watching Adult Swim, or if you're into the hip-hop and R&B space at all, there's a good chance you've heard their music or they produced a song that you know and love. And while great, it's not always about the end product. It's about the process. One of my favorite forms of not just music itself, but art itself, was introduced to me through them. And in music, it's sampling. For other visual art, it may be considered mixed media, collage, but I want to focus on the process of sampling for now. From simple loops to elaborate chops, sampling is an endless form of creativity, making anew from what came before you in the form of music. But the philosophy behind the art has always stuck with me. My mind almost functions as a sponge, soaking up different experiences, media, and people, all that have helped shape me. I mix and match these elements with my own personality, of course, building a space where I can operate from, create from, and breathe from. There's an underrated art of taking what exists and reforming it. That's why I think I'm so interested in customization, upcycling, and even just creating art is a form of creating something new from what is. I'm revamping thoughts, recontextualizing emotions and expressions, just being in tune with me, whether that be visually, sonically, or whatever the case may be. I'm able to give thanks for the opportunity to look within, to slow down, to simply breathe. Not just to breathe out of survival, but to breathe for the love of respiration. Because it's alright. It always has been, and it always will be. At least that's my mentality.